Hi, this is Ravi Singh and welcome to another episode of ravisinghblog.in. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about a very important topic, which is how I created or how I started creating app for my business. So in detail, I will discuss about what is the importance of creating an app for your business or for your blog and how easily you can create it using the Gapsy tool. I will also show you one demo where I will show you how I create or how I develop a app for my own business, and this will also simplify and cut a lot of cost which involves in creating an app for your business. So first thing which comes to your mind or should be coming to your mind is why you need an app for your business. So let's see that why we need app for our business. So before I discuss any further, let me talk about myself and who am I. So that is very important to know before we proceed further. So as I told you, my name is Ravi Singh and I'm a blogger and also the product owner. I'm working on my new product, and that is why I was looking a tool which can create app for me, or through that app or through that tool I can create app for my business, and that tool should cut the cost which I need to hire a developer and then create my own app. So so this is about me. As I told you, I am a risk taker, and of course I have an optimistic nature. I always optimistic guy, which think that things is possible. There is no need to be worry about. So as I discussed in the beginning, why we need an app. So let me discuss in detail. So, nowadays, at the present moment, app is everything. When you see around yourself, for every business, they have an app. So, what is the reason why so many business are going around and trying to create an app for their business? So, let's discuss that thing. So, if you don't have an app for your business, you are lacking behind. You will not be able to sustain the competition. So, first reason I am thinking to get an app for my business is the is the customization or the personalized experience for my user. So when I create a website, that is a quite generic for everyone, but an app can be specific for any user. So based on the taste of the user, I can customize the app. Of course, the sending notification is a very important thing. So once you have an app, you can send a notification at regular interval. Like suppose a user has not came back to your app for some time, you can send a notification. You can send an offer to the consumer. So it is very easy to interact with the customer at a regular interval. So notification is one of the feature of the app. Of course, when the user use you know app, you can use all the feature of the phone. For example, calling their contacts, sharing. So all these things makes it easier to use app for your business. And of course, people spend more time on their uh, phone. So when you have an app for your business, that is going to increase the sales and also get more interaction with the customer. So now let's see some more reason why you need app for your business. So of course apps are faster. So compared to the website, apps are much faster to download because they work on the mobile system. They have a brand presence. So when you create app for your business, it more relate to your brand. So you can promote your brand as a bigger product, and a customer is easily aware about your product. So an app can create a presence of your brand. It can make a small company into a brand. And of course the design freedom is there. So when you create an app, you have the liberty to you know create the design whatever you need. For example, what will be the user interface, how the picture or the background will look like. So all those things makes it very interesting. And of course, work offline, that means you don't need internet all the time. There are few features in an app which can work without the internet. So that is a very good feature to keep your user with your app. So these are some of the reasons which says that why you need app for your business. Now let's discuss the next point where I'm going to talk about the Gapsy and how it can help you. So of course, in the beginning, as I told you, Gapsy is a tool which can create an app for your business. So everything in a Gapsy is something like, you can create an app for your business yourself. You don't need to hire a team of developers, or you have to give the work to a third party or any other company and which can create app for you, because the cost is too high. If you ask a developer to create an app for your business in iOS or the Android, the cost will go in hundreds of dollars or maybe thousands of dollars sometimes. So it's very costly. So Gapsy gives you a tool which is very easy drag and drop tool to create the component of your app. So you can create your whole app on their platform, and then you can put it on the iOS and Android app store. So I will discuss in detail when I will show you the review how I created a sample app for my business. So that will be in the next section. But before that, uh, I would like to discuss some of the features of Gapsy. So, of course, how you create an app in Gapsy. What you do is first you create a design. You choose a design template which is already with the Gapsy tool. You can either use a template, or you can define your own template. You can create a template from the scratch also. And then what you do simply is drag and drop. You can put all the component like calendar events, or a video, audio, whatever you want to put in the app. You can just drag and drop, and then you need to publish. So the steps are very, very easy to create in Gapsy. I will show you in the later section. So of course, as I told you, the feature of the Gapsy. So for that, I will go to the Gapsy site and I will show you like what are the features. So in a glance, so these are some of the apps, how you can create sample apps in Gapsy. So these are some of the examples. So coming back to the feature section, so there are a lot of features, and this in this video it's not possible for me to go in the detail of every individual features, but some of the features I would like to discuss is appointment planner. So suppose you have a business where you need to send notification to customer for the appointments, or you for example a dentist business. So there you want your patient to take an appointment. So those kind of features you can include in the appointment planner. You have calendar, so you can see all those events, whatever you want to plan. So user can see all those event on the calendar. Then you have something which is very good feature like content log. So content log is used when you want to limit the feature of a certain component to a certain users who registered or who are a paid member. So those kind of thing you can also do. And then of course you can have a m-commerce where you want to sell something online for your business. You can have something like loyalty card, which is a kind of a reward program for your business. So those kind of thing you can include. And AdMob is of course it's a platform where which serves ads to the app. So that is also a way to earn money. You can give discount to your business, or QR coupons, taxi rides. So this is a very good way. Like if you want to design some app which is something like a Uber or Ola. So those kind of components are also available with Gapsy. Now, these are some other features which you can see in details, but I would like to jump in the other section which are very important and which is used commonly in all the businesses. For example, the push notification. Now, this is a very important feature, and this is why most of the business are going on app, where they can give some notification to user, and they can alert the user, or they can make the user to come back to their business. So this is a very good feature, and this is very easy to implement in Gapsy. Of course, you have an inbox where you want to send the email communication to the user. They can have their own inbox where they can check the messages. You have quiz, you have form, chat system. So all these things are important to create a communication or engagement with the user. social wall, of course, where you can show the Facebook, Twitter walls, what is going on with your social media accounts. So those kind of things also can be included in Gapsy. So there are tons of hundreds of features which you can easily just drag and drop on your app, and I will show you in the demo section how to do that. But these are the some of the other features like market, places, weather, maps. These all things can be included in your Gapsy application. Now, so that is about the features. What are the different features we have with the Gapsy? Now let's move ahead and talk about the integration section. So Gapsy has the integration with all the leading apps currently in the market. For example, WooCommerce, WordPress, your cloud like OneCloud, your Twitter, YouTube. So all these applications, it's very easy to integrate, and they are keep on adding the new component every month. So this way, like you have a business which rely on the YouTube video, uh, you want to show certain YouTube playlist in your app, so those things are very easily can be integrated. And of course, as you can see, WordPress is also there. So if you have a blog which you want to make as an app, or if you have a business which has a blog in WordPress, those things also can be easily integrated. So now let's move, and I would like to show you the example and how it can be done. So I will go back to the Gapsy dashboard, and I will show you how easily it is, or how easy it is to create an app for your business in Gapsy. It's okay. So it's time to see the review now, or the demo and the example of how we can create an app for your business in Gapsy. So the UI of the Gapsy is very simple to use. I will show you how. So this is the home page, and once you log into your Gapsy account, this is what you will see on the screen. So as you can see on the left hand side, I can see all the application, all those apps which you have created or you want to create. So for example, here I already have created a application, a sample application, sundresses. So if you want to create a new application, you just have to click on this button, create a new application, and then just give the name of your application and the other description of your application. On the right hand side, you can see once you will publish this app on the App Store for the Android and iOS, you can see all those like how many visits, how many install. You can just run a report on the right hand side. Now I will go inside the app, and I will show you how you can easily create the UI, or how you can add the different components which I discussed earlier to your app. So let's jump in. Let's click on this app here. Okay, so once you click on this app, you will see all those individual property of your app. So first thing what you have to do is you have to select template. So there are a lot of ready-made templates are available on Gapsy. You can select anyone. For example, this is just a sample I'm showing you. So I like this template very much. So I will select that, which is let's say I will select this one. Okay, so you just need to select, and this will be selected for which I want to talk about is change your layout. So this layout means where you want to see all those icons or options in your app. For example, you just want to keep it on the header, or you just want to see all your icons all the time on the app. So let's say I select this one where I can see all those options right on the screen, so that it will be easier to understand. So I have selected this option where I will see all the icons right on the screen itself. So these are the different components which are already been selected. For example, contact, pricing, and all those options. Now, once you do that, let's say you want to change the color of your mm, the background or the app color. So those things you can select here. So just click on the colors, and then you can change the individual colors of the background, or any color you want to have, any specific color. For example, let's I will show you this. The background, we can make it red for the all section. uh, Buttons, now these are the button text. Now let's say I have a text, and I want to change the color to this color. And there is one more feature on the bottom. If you can see, you have advanced customization. So if you have little bit of coding knowledge, and you have experience with CSS, and you know how to play around this, you can always just change the color of the individual element using the CSS. So here you have the option to write your own CSS code and validate. Now, one of the important feature which I would like to discuss is the features option. So this is the most important part, where you set what are the things which should appear in your app, and what action will happen once the user click on those apps or on those components. For example, here, if you can see, I have a contact icon here within my app. So this is inside my app, and I will show you exactly what happens when the user click on this icon. So when you click here on this section, this is actually what will happen on the app itself. So on the right hand side, you can see the preview. So once a user click on this, he will see the page name as a contact, which you can change here. You have option to see the contact information like name, and then you can set the image, address, and of course the description, and the phone number, the email, and the other thing. Now, if you want to change this design, you'll click on this design, and you can change what kind of property you want to see here. So as you can see, most of the item here are, everything is drag and drop. So you don't need to know any coding language, or you need to do any app development kind of thing. You just need to set up the things which you want to set up. So it's very easy to work with, and there are tons of features you can see on the left hand side, which you may have to do. uh, I'm not able to show you all the features because it's gonna take a lot of time. But here there is one more properties, which is the application. So here you can select what name you want to see for your app. This is also web link, which can be used to open the app directly. And you can have the back button, which you can select from the given icons, or you can have your own custom. You can select a background picture, like what picture will be appear in the app icon. So as you can see, like, all those things are very easy to understand. It will just take, for a newbie or who don't know how to create an app, it will take maximum 1 hour for an average person to create your app and get ready for yourself. So before I proceed further, I would like to tell you very important thing. So when you work, or when you start working to create an app for your business, there are two important things. First thing is creating the app or developing app, which I am showing you right now. This is the time and the place when you develop the app. You are creating the app, and the second step is actually publishing the app. So to publish the app, there is a separate process. You need to create a developer account on iOS and the Android, and then you have to register yourself, and then you have to, you can download the app which you have created in Gapsy, put it there, and then the App Store team will actually approve your app, and then only it will start appearing on the App Store. So there are two steps for that. Gapsy will help you to create the first thing, which is to create an app from scratch or from template, and put all the feature inside the app. The publishing is a separate thing, for which Gapsy, the package what you will buy, Gapsy will not be able to help you. There is a separate package where Gapsy can help you to publish the app. So you have to pay them differently, and then it will be published. So that is a separate thing. What we are talking about, the first thing where we will create the app itself from the scratch. So these are the some of the properties on the left hand side, like if you want to set or change the users for your app, you can do it here. Analytics is there, and there are some setting, messages, promote. So these kind of options are self explanatory. It's very easy to understand and how you need to change all these features. So this is a brief about the Gapsy, and frankly, for me, as I started working on my new app for my business, this is the first time I'm creating an app, and I'm still a kind of technical guy, but not very good in technical. But I feel Gapsy is very easy to understand, and it's very easy to work with. Their support is amazing. So if you have any issue or you stuck anywhere, their team is very helpful. They will come back. You can create a ticket, and you can chat with them. Online chat option is there. So overall, I felt very easy to work on my app. I already started working on it, and I'm feeling very much comfortable. Okay, so far we have seen the example and the demo and how we can use Gapsy. So let's talk about the price now. If you trying to hire a developer from outside, or you are trying to uh, get everything done by some outside agency, it will take a lot of money. For example, I'm in India. So in India, if I'm trying to create or ask, or hire someone from outside and ask them to create an app for me, it will take a lot of cost. And if I'm a new business person, I may not have that much money, to spend that. So in India, if I talk about the terms of money, I may have to spend something around 1,000 to lakh of rupees to get my app done, which is very costly for me. Whereas the cost which Gapsy can give me is much more cheaper. I'd like to show you how much it costs, and so we'll jump on the pricing part. So so if you take a basic plan, they have two plan, basic and premium. If you go with the basic plan, it will cost you $37 per month, and if you'll go by premium plan, that will cost you $57 per month. But if you go for yearly billing, that will be much cheaper. So yearly will be for basic is 27, so you can save some money if you are trying to select yearly plan. But right now, if you see on the top, to create a mobile app, their charges are $147. So right now it's a very good deal to pay once $147, and this tool will be used forever. So that's what plan I have, and I will highly recommend to grab this offer. And if you are thinking about creating an app sometime in maybe in few weeks or few months, you can do it everything by yourself. It's very much easy. They also have a plan where they can publish your app on the app store, so they will take a little more charge. I think it's 200 odd dollar, which they will help you with everything which you need to do to publish your app. So uh, it's very cheap. If you go somewhere outside and hire a third party company or outside company, they will charge you a lot of dollar. And again, to maintain the app, if you want to add new feature, you have to always dependent on those developer who will make your code changes. Whereas Gapsy can do everything yourself. I mean, everything itself is very easy to make changes and then deploy it back to your app store. So overall, I think the price which you are paying here is very much less comparing to hiring a a developer outside. And because I'm a new business owner, I think a big for a beginner, this is a deal. I mean, I'm not thinking about spending so much money, thousands of dollar outside and hire some developer who will create the app for me. So I think it's very cheap and a very good option for any new business owner. So let's move forward and talk about the limitation. So as of course I mentioned, there is no limitation I found with the Gapsy, but then again, this there are two steps as I mentioned earlier, where the first step is you actually create the app, and second step is actually you publish the app on the App Store. So publishing is very different, and that is a limitation where you may not be able to do as a newbie because you don't know how to publish the app on the App Store. But even if you hire someone from outside who can publish your app on the App Store, is much cheaper compared to creating an app from the scratch. So I still think this is a very good option to create the app from Gapsy and then hire someone from outside who can publish your app on the App Store. So before I conclude this video session, I would like to give a final conclusion on the Gapsy. So overall, I found this tool very easy to use and very friendly. Their staff and teams are very friendly. They help me a lot with the subscription, and then any issue with the app I'm working on. And if you have a team, if you have your own developer team, you can buy this package for them, which make their task easier, and they can quickly make the changes and develop the app for you. Even if you are doing it by yourself, this is still a easy option compared to going outside and hire a developer and paying a huge money. So I am very happy with Gapsy, and so far I am, I told you, I already started working on my app, so I felt it's very easy, and the user interface is also very nice. So overall, I'm very happy, and I will highly recommend it for every webmaster or new business owner or anyone who is planning to create an app for their business. So I hope you like this small video review of Gapsy on my channel. If you like, please do not forget to share, subscribe, and give a thumbs up to me. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for listening to me.